What the frick happened to Jim Carrey? Oh, that's not the Jim Carrey I remember.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
It's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French, so it was just a brilliant evening.
Maybe this is just confirmation that reptilians walk among us.
I don't need correct confirmation for that. You just have to watch Mark Zuckerberg talking in the court, man. That guy's a reptilian for sure. Lizard, 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 lizard.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. I invite you all once again to head over to my tea website, Lions Tea Exchange, and buy yourself a box of tea, because the 20% off sale that I'm running over there will be ending very soon. But for now, chickadees, get yourself 20% off my summer flavors. So root beer, mango black, white peach, and strawberry lemonade oolong. The root beer actually tastes like root beer, so if you like root beer, I promise that one's very good. And bourbon barrel chai, which is also almost gone, and once it's gone for the season, that is it for the time being. And also lemon ginseng, because why not? That is all Kiddly Pies. I will link my tea website in the description
That's a new
box.
one. Were we like chickadees?
Well, before you guys get on my hell gondola today, I have to say, I am trying this uploading every day thing, and I don't know how people do it. I feel like my brain is gonna melt out of my eyeballs. I haven't
she does a lot of editing
7
too.
years, but I hope you're all enjoying the content. That's what counts. Anyway, normally I wouldn't cover a story like this, but this was popping off on my social media last night. It was absolutely everywhere. And I thought, you know who's gonna get a kick out of this situation? My little baby birds.
My
If
little
you're new
chickadees.
here, that is you. You are the baby bird.
Yeah, we
and
watched enough videos to
say
know
that.
The
conspiracy theories
She's
floating
aggressively
around
millennial,
Jim
but it's
Carrey
okay.
right now are just, there's something else, and so I really wanted to weigh in. Because who the heck is this man? Does anyone even know? So to get all of
I don't know, man. What if it's just like a body double and we're all getting like fucking pulled along?
you caught up, and for context, on February 26, 2026, so a couple days ago, actor and comedian Jim Carrey attended an annual French film award show in Paris. Most of you guys are gonna know Jim Carrey from your childhood.
Yeah, this is how I remember him. Like, he looks like a completely different person. Like, his face got swapped.
He was in The Mask and Liar Liar. He did a bunch of stand-up.
He's
Unless
funny.
you're Gen Z,
like
then
him.
you probably know him
He's a
from
funny
Sonic
guy.
the Hedgehog, which, you know...
Yeah, it was alright. I like that movie. I watched it like a while ago, probably like a year ago.
I'm still a little bit taken aback that you guys all love that film so much, but, you know, you do you. At the event, Carrey received an honorary award and apparently gave a very passionate speech in French, which, this is not easy. I commend this effort.
It's hard.
But an interview clip from this event has started circulating, and people are absolutely losing their minds over Jim Carrey's appearance.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. It's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a
Dude, his eyes look
trying
different
to do my speech in French. So, you know, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, you know, it's then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their
classic
awards,
French people.
And I was like, I'm
too
dead.
fast.
And I made mistakes and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love and I felt a lot of appreciation.
He's so
that I
soft-spoken.
tried.
For me, personally, Jim currently looks closer to Keanu Reeves than he does to Jim Carrey.
No, that's an insult to Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves looks insanely good for, like, what is he, like 60 now? Keanu Reeves, I think he's like 58 or something. Keanu Reeves' age. He's 61 and he looks like he's probably like 45, maybe 50. It's insane how gracefully he's aged. He's 61? No, I'm serious. Like, look him up right now. Like, fucking Keanu Reeves. He does not look like 61 to me. He doesn't. I know this is him young, but, like, this is him right now. This is him maybe, like, a couple years ago. He does not look 61. Yeah, he looks great.
As you heard, Carrey talks about learning his acceptance speech in French and being intimidated by people speaking a million miles an hour in the language, which is so accurate and so true. When you're learning French, it is so hard. Why do you guys eat all your consonants? He also gets very...
As someone who learned French, the most irritating thing, no offense, is French people fucking correcting you and saying that your French sucks. I know it sucks! I know it does. You don't have to tell me, but you don't have to be mean about it.
Emotional while discussing his dad and makes a bit of a weird statement about his face at the end of the clip, which I will show you in a second. Unsurprisingly, people watched this and immediately began to suggest that this is not Jim Carrey at all, but rather a body double.
The nose is the same. He got lip filler. The eyes are bulging out, and the eye color is really, really different. Can you change your eye color? I know this is probably a dumb question. I've never thought about it, but can you change your eye color? His nose is bigger? Yeah, but it's the same shape, so I can kind of dismiss it as the angle. I think the eye color change and then the eyes having different shape is just crazy.
They also...
Colored contacts? Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah, context.
To his mannerisms and the slow, deliberate way that
Ear
he's
shapes?
speaking and
Yeah,
his
that's true.
reasonably
Ear
subdued
shapes are very
attitude.
unique.
I mean, he could just be a lizard person, but then there's his actual face. And of course, with relation to this, we are getting a boatload.
It's just so sad. Like, he was aging gracefully. I don't know. He just looks so bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean, but like, he looks terrible. Like, compared to here.
Of side-by-side images
the
asking,
lighting,
who on earth is the person in this video? Because it sure as heck ain't Jim Carrey. The assessment here is that his face looks entirely...
Yeah, the eyes... I hate this. Like, the lifting up the eyes. He looks great here for, like, his age.
different now, including his eye color and nose shape. Like I said,
contacts.
lizard person.
Lizard.
I even found one post that did a side-by-side of this 2026 France video, and this post noted how Carrey says that his favorite funny face is his current one. Okay, this was compared beside a video from 2024 where Carrey discusses how Jim Carrey doesn't actually exist. I'm saying...
Oh my god, the schizos are eating so good.
His name too much and it's starting not to sound correct to me.
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe this is all an elaborate act and he knows what he's doing. He's fucking with all the schizos.
Alright, I gotta hand it to you. This one's weird. Why are you doing a little cheeky nod to the camera, huh? What are we supposed to take from this?
What are we doing here? What are we doing,
You guys suck me into conspiratorial land. I don't want to be here.
Whoa.
I don't exist. So, they're all characters.
He's always been an extremely eccentric person, and he's always alluded to the fact that, like, every single character that he gets into, like, he's one of those, like, almost method actors. Yeah. Where they take it super seriously, which is great. Like, a lot of people do that, and they're amazing actors. I think Christian Bale does that.
That I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like. But
yeah, being a likable person.
I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Look.
I totally get that. As a streamer, I totally understand what I'm saying. I mean, what he's saying. Sounds like depression. Yeah, I think he had a battle with depression for a while. Yeah, that could be also it. So he's putting on a mask. Yeah.
I love a good body snatchers conspiracy as much as the next guy, but he's obviously talking about Jim Carrey, the comedian, the person who became
being
a movie star,
likable,
being a persona that came out of who he actually is. That
I
Jim
do
Carrey
that.
that we all see is not
Masking.
who he is as Jim Carrey the person.
Wait, mask reference.
Come on. Like, this is the personality and the persona that he's projecting into the world. I think they call this method acting or something. Kind of like when I dress up as myself and pretend to be a stable adult. It's sort of ironic us talking about aging and faces and whatnot in this video because there are ways that are non-surgical that you can take care of your appearance and your skin and age gracefully. Like with the help of today's sponsor, Akoa. So I freely admit that I don't really work with skincare companies because, well, my skin reacts to everything and I'm very pale but also very pink, as you can see. But when Akoa Skin reached out, I said, yep, I'll give it a crack. And honestly, I have been very surprised by how much my skin has
so you can have beautiful green fur,
but B, what it's done for my face. As you can see, Akoa sent me their deep hydration moisturizer and their instant face rejuvenation cream. It is for all types of skin, but particularly for people who are 35 plus, and it also has a 90-day money-back guarantee, which I think is really important if a brand is going to actually stand by their product. I tried Akoa over the last week or so, first cleansing my face and then making sure to follow their instructions and moisturizing before I did anything else. And I will say, I really do like their moisturizer. A little bit goes a very long way. And I enjoy that it doesn't really have a scent.
Moisturizing doesn't stop you from aging.
But after moisturizing, I applied their lifting cream, and I wanted to show you how it works on me on a day where my skin is very red and very upset. After I applied this, within about 30 minutes, the redness has gone down significantly, and my skin looks a lot calmer. Now, I know that people use this for the actual lifting effect, but I love this non-redness thing that's going on. Akoa has free shipping and what they call duo offers on the site, so you buy 2 products and you get a percentage off, which I also like a lot. I also like that their products have minimal ingredients. Akoa for me has been very surprising, and for anyone who is looking to swap to a new moisturizer or this type of anti-aging cream,
anti-aging. I will never age. I'm a VTuber.
At checkout for 15% off.
Isn't that how it's normally pronounced? I don't fucking know. I'm just making fun of her accent.
Money-back guarantee, so you have lots of time
I'm making fun of her accent. I'm an asshole.
And if you don't fall in love, then you can always get your money back. Fun fact, I once watched a very weird documentary about Jim Carrey and how
this was his ultimate method acting. Even the chick that he was playing another character that's like a real life person, and the daughter of that man met him and was like really freaked out.
He'd get when he was going into character, and while he was playing Andy Kaufman, who I didn't know about before I watched that documentary, he would just stay in character all day and night and just terrorize those around him. The dude is a weird unit. Yeah, I don't think there's any denying.
But that's what makes him awesome in my eyes. I do think that like I don't want it to be like them suffering, but I do enjoy people who are more eccentric. Yeah, boring people. I don't know, people say like weird and boring, but like, I mean, weird and freaky is like bad, but I mean, we wouldn't have a lot of really fun people if we shunned everybody that was a little bit eccentric or strange.
Anyway,
I enjoy his work.
I think he's fun. Clip of Jim Carrey from late 2025 where he inducted the band Soundgarden into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ooh. This clip is from only 4-ish months earlier, give or take, and it looks pretty normal here. Carrey looks very different in this video to how he apparently looks now. If it doesn't get me copyright claimed, I am now going to show you a clip from this Soundgarden thing, and you decide for yourselves what you make of not only his appearance, but his mannerisms and his way of talking and what have you.
Spank you kindly.
Spank you.
Spank you all.
Yeah.
When the biggest rock stars in the world get together and gather to celebrate each other and let loose, shit goes wild. Don't forget to schedule your glutathione drips. Tonight,
woo!
I have the honor of inducting Soundgarden into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Personally, this just feels like regular Jim Carrey to me. Yeah. Animated and lively and a little bit funny and a little bit cynical. This compared to France Jim Carrey is obviously
like so
very
toned
different.
down.
Although admittedly, when I did put these clips side by side, his nose doesn't look that different, guys. I need you to chill out. But I don't know.
His nose is very distinct.
Jim over here was crushing up some Xannies before the award show. Who is to say? God forbid a guy has hobbies.
I totally could see that. Maybe he was just like really, really nervous. And his agent was like, hey, buddy, Just take some Zanny, Papa Zanny. Just calm down, buddy.
I understand watching these clips side by side
can see
why
that.
people are incredibly sketched out. This isn't Jim Carrey's face. This isn't the face that we're used to. But beyond that,
True.
it's everything about him. It seems so alien and different to who he usually is and how he usually behaves. And because online conspiracies have a tendency to metastasize, I can also understand now why so many people are outright saying that he died and has been replaced or simply paid someone to body double for him. And that's mainly
that's
because he seems
based,
to have grown
honestly.
to hate Hollywood and being in the limelight. Back in
Being a Jim Carrey paid impersonator?
2017, Carrey gave an interview at New York Fashion Week where he basically said that there's no meaning to any of this.
That's so based. Dude, he's been doing this for like 40 years. Like, yeah, he's probably fucking sick of it. I totally respect that. Yeah. Yeah, I've been invited to like award shows and they're like, yeah, you should like come and like, you're gonna win an award. And I'm like, no, I'm not about it. It doesn't mean anything.
This referring to the event and I guess all of the glitzy crap, presumably.
Yeah, it's
the
Hollywood.
interviewer doesn't know what to do this entire time and her facial expressions are honestly hysterical.
That's
while
funny.
Carrey
She's
tells
like, I don't
her
know
how
what to
suffocatingly
say.
stupid all of this is.
Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to
So
find the most
based.
meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am.
There's some.
I mean, you gotta admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say
Dude, her brain is like, what do you mean?
they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe in
icons. Boy, that is just the absolute lowest.
I think I like him even more now, man. That's so real.
Aiming, possibility that we could come
He's
up
an
with. It's like
anti-establishment
icons.
type
What
of
do you
dude.
believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
In the course of this,
Oh
too,
my
Carrey
God.
tells the
He's
interviewer that
fucking
he
with her
doesn't
so
care,
hard.
and then again repeats that there is no him, like he did in the 2024
There
clip
is
that
no
I played for you
me.
earlier. And not that I want to get into this too
He's
much
being
and get into the weeds on
philosophical.
this because I feel like New Age Jim Carrey talks about things in such a way that's kind of hard to simply convey. But anyway, he did another interview in September 2017 where he explained what he meant by the first interview. He basically said that when he was playing Andy Kaufman, he realized his persona of Jim Carrey was also just a character that he was playing.
Yeah.
And I think all of this...
Dude, I get the same way when I fucking turn off stream with SmugAlana. Like, it's me, but it's not me. Does that make sense?
put together kind of
I don't know,
forced
maybe
him
I'm
to
crazy.
reevaluate who he is, not only in the world, but who he is as a person.
I'm far gone,
and
Chad.
what
It's
he
over.
puts out as that person. So do with that what you will. The other clip that
Monka.
people have been swarming online
Oh,
is
yeah,
from
this is an old
2014
clip.
when Jim Carrey did an interview with a deeply confused Jimmy Kimmel. He comes out onto stage making a triangle with his hands and putting his tongue through it. When Kimmel asked him what this is and what are you doing, Jim Carrey said, "Don't pretend you don't know," and then explained how he and other comedians, including Kimmel, are
That's
part
so
of a secret
good,
group
what?
called the Illuminati. Or at least that's I think what he's saying. And the face he is making is called the
That's him doing
all-mocking
that.
tongue. Okay.
I'm here tonight to blow
He
the lid
washed
off
his
it,
tongue.
to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it.
And they're all laughing. Look at Jim Carrey. He's so funny. And he's like, guys, you guys know that Rick and Morty episode where he's like, I need help. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a joke. You guys know what I'm talking about?
And it is the
Let me out.
all-mocking tongue.
Let me out.
Oh. I like it.
I like it.
He
Yeah,
said that
it's
he
so
was
funny.
tired of keeping
Yeah.
quiet and wanted to blow the whistle on how comedians exist to simply entertain the masses and keep them occupied.
I totally 100% believe that. It's the bread and circuses thing. It's the same exact thing.
And Jimmy Kimmel is both sitting and standing here the whole time like, What? The comments on this video
Yeah, because he's
are
like,
really
ah,
something.
it's
The
a
new
funny
comments on this
bit,
video are really
hee.
something, because obviously now with this France clip going super viral, people are coming to this Jimmy Kimmel clip and leaving comments saying, I wonder what this means and what this refers to. And then from a couple weeks ago with the Epstein files, people are also relating Jim Carrey's behavior here to the Epstein files. So it's a whole thing. Obviously, too, there were the people who watched this at the time and who watch this now and are like, Jim Carrey's a nut job person.
He's always
let
been a
you
nut
guys
job,
determine
but
where
it's
you land
lovable.
on this for yourselves and what you think it means. It's actually because of this video that a bunch of people have said this is what got Jim Carrey killed and replaced, and this is who was in France talking to the people at the Or maybe he's been Walt Disney'd, and at this point he's just a head floating in a bucket of goo somewhere in an underground bunker.
I think that's
At
the
this
more
point,
fun
who really
explanation.
knows? Blink 3 times if you're not a floating head and you need our help, Jim. There is also obviously the explanation that Jim Carrey has probably just had a boatload of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And yes, I know
That's not
just-
fun,
this is the
though.
less
The schizos don't find that amusing. It's funner to speculate and say that he got snatched up by lizards and it's because he was, like, making jokes about the Illuminati and that the Illuminati's real.
fun answer. This would check, given that he's in his 60s and someone out there probably convinced him that cutting into his face would be a great idea. But what's interesting is that lots of people seem to be convinced that Jim Carrey has historically been against anti-aging surgeries and has demonstrated his disdain for cosmetic procedures generally. People have attributed quotes to him where he said things about wanting to age gracefully and not putting needles in his face. I honestly couldn't find those quotes, but maybe they're just, you know, deep in
Buried,
interviews
yeah.
from years ago and I didn't look thoroughly enough. But I
People
did
change.
find-
I would also argue that maybe he got medication. Like, maybe he's seeking therapy and he got... Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people do irrational things while on meds, or they think it's rational, and then people talk them into it. And he also is in Hollywood, so it's actually not that uncommon for them to get fucking peer pressured into doing surgery.
a lot of
Oh, you're gonna be
cynical
ugly.
commentary from Carrey that basically amounted to him saying that Hollywood is a place of fakeness and it is really important
is.
to be yourself.
Absolutely.
The other thing that was
100%.
all over Reddit when I was looking into this last night is people were like, well, it wouldn't shock me if he just paid a body double to go to the award shows
That
because
would be
he hates
so
award
based.
shows. What I will say to that is paying somebody to body double for you is not entirely outside the realm of possibility, but I can see why someone might make that mental jump given that Jim Carrey did semi-retire in 2022 and completely stepped back from Hollywood and really stepped into sort of just being very private about everything he's doing.
That's
I think
so
he just
based.
generally got sick of Hollywood. I think that's really evident in the comments that he makes in interviews. And after the whole Will Smith slap incident, Carrey called Hollywood out for being a bunch of spineless slime balls.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it just...
And they're not happy. See, this is why it like feeds into the schizos, because the schizos are like, they got rid of him. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a great call. Yeah, but they don't like that. And he's part of Hollywood, so...
It really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
As far as him being
It was
a
never the cool
giant
club.
recluse, this is true. And in 2024, outlets reported that his friends were actually worried about him and his reclusive lifestyle. It's sort of funny because one of these articles shared a photo of Jim Carrey leaving a private restaurant and club with several other fellow comedians, apparently for his birthday. And they said that he looked disheveled with his long hair and casual clothes. So I guess no matter what this guy wears, people are gonna pick at him.
They're so
The last thing on
cringe.
the
He looks
privacy
fine.
reclusive point that I think is worth noting is that in 2025, news.com.au reported that turning 60 had really hit Jim Carrey really hard, and it
Yeah, I can see
accelerated
that.
his wish to disappear completely. So lizard people and body doubles aside, maybe the answer here is a lot more simple, and it's got nothing to do with award shows and wanting to be, I don't know, invisible, but rather not feeling super comfortable as one ages and not feeling comfortable in one's own skin, which if that is the answer, that's really, really sad. That makes me sad. I told you guys this.
Considering he's like a pretty handsome guy, like he's not bad looking. He's a bit unconventional.
Jimmy just doesn't want to get old, guys. I can relate to that. So he probably let some really expensive surgery.
I also think he's on meds because the way he's so soft-spoken and calm, as opposed to like how he talked in that interview just like what, like a year or two ago? I don't know.
And cut his eyelids off. I mean, look, guys, the bottom line is that Jim Carrey wouldn't be the first celebrity to get surgery and turn up looking completely different to how he normally looks. Madonna looks very
Madonna looks awful. And keep in mind, Madonna was called like one of the most pretty women back like at the 80s and 90s, and now she's so reamed out. Not to mention the dumb shit she said and like done like during COVID times. Yeah, she looks like ass.
Very alarming these days. Have you guys seen Madonna?
Yes.
It's like there comes a point where you have to stop trying to be a sex symbol lady and lean into the fact that you're just a
That's so much surgery, dude.
Person now. Good grief. Renee Zellweger a couple years ago turned up looking incredibly scary and
I don't know what it is, but like I hate it when people have their like they're clearly like over the age of 60 and their face looks like pulled back. And obviously that's what Botox and surgery does to you. They pull the skin back so that you remove your wrinkles. She looks perfectly fine here. She looks kind of like almost like a, I don't know, like a doll or an alien.
Very different too, and people wondered who the heck this was. Did you eat Renee?
You ate the princess!
You ate
Can you hear me?
Princess!
Listen, keep breathing!
No!
I'll get you out of there!
You had Simon Cowell looking crazy.
Oh my god, Simon Cowell looks awful. I gotta show this one. Simon Cowell. Sorry. My fucking fingers. Where is he? There's a look at this, man. He looks like one of those cats with like the freaking, what is it called? Like the cats with the big giga chins. He looks terrifying.
Efron looking crazy, although.
And what's crazy about Zac Efron, he's like what, 35, maybe 40? Like, why did he get all those surgeries done?
I think that's more a result of
Looks like a
taking
Muppet.
too much human growth hormone than anything else. But so
Wait, what?
many celebrities get plastic surgery to keep their youthful appearance, and unfortunately, some of them haven't figured out that a weird alien face is much more disconcerting than just looking your age. Although she got so much flack for this, Pamela Anderson is actually a great example of a beautiful woman trying to age gracefully. And I'm positive that she does little things here and there, but overall, she looks amazing. And I won't let any of you get in these comments and say otherwise. She's like 60 years old. Leave her alone. So look.
Yeah, she looks great. 58, she looks like she's maybe, I don't see 50. Yeah, like 58, 50, she's 48 maybe. Yeah, like, it's crazy how much of a difference this makes. Yeah, obviously, like, look at how fucking she looks with the... She has a nose bridge done, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think she looks bad. How old is Madonna? How old is Madonna? 67. Also, fuck you.
Leave her alone. So look, is it possible that Jim Carrey has replaced himself and run away to the mountains? Maybe. Is it much more possible that he is just a human being who went out and got some surgery to cope with aging and to feel better about himself? Yeah. I mean, I'll say this about the appearance thing. I'm just a weirdo on the internet with some eyeballs on her from time to time. And people are incredibly mean when it comes to how even I look, you know. And again, that's the nature of the beast. I'm not complaining, but people will pick you apart at every level. They'll make observations about your appearance and point out things that you hadn't even noticed before. And it's like, thank you for making me feel self-conscious about a thing that I didn't even know was a problem. That's really nice of you. If I'm getting it on this level, I can't even imagine what it's like for people like Jim Carrey, who just want to be probably left alone. That's the vibe I kept from him, is he just wants to be left alone.
Gotta
and
be
go
a
about his life,
VTuber.
and
They'll leave
people
you
probably
alone.
pick him apart nonstop. All in all, if Jim Carrey did body double himself and he turns up in a couple months and is like, haha, got all
That
of
would
you,
be so
I would really
based.
laugh so hard. That would be the most perfect end to this situation. But ultimately, guys, I think he just probably went ahead and got himself an upper face surgery, and frankly,
So
if that's made him
unnecessary.
feel better about himself and more confident about himself, then more power to him. I'm a big proponent of doing things to your appearance that are subtle, that look really nice, that look appropriate for your point in life. But you know, if he likes how he looks right now, it's great for him. He's the one who's got to look in the mirror every day.
I just hope
in
it's
the
Jim
end,
Carrey,
it's of
not
course
an
incredibly fun
alien.
to speculate about all
That's all I
of this
want.
and to, you know, have a bit of a laugh about body doubles and body snatching and all this kind of thing. But
Lizard,
I'm gonna hold out
lizard,
hope
lizard.
that Jim Carrey is in fact a head floating in goo somewhere in an underground bunker. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Akoa using the link in the description. I haven't used them for anti-aging purposes because I don't think I'm in the bracket of the age stuff
No.
yet, but
No,
this
she
has
looks
definitely
fine.
been a very useful
opinion.
product as far as the redness in my face goes. So if this is something that is of concern to you, I think they're absolutely worth checking out and seeing what they're all about. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Has he been body snatched?
Yes. The Illuminati, they took him, they took his legs, they took his face, and they gave it to someone else because he dared speak out against them.
Has Jim Carrey been body snatched?
Yes.
What do you think of his appearance at the film festival? Do you think that this is just a guy who probably went ahead and had a surgery and now people are going, oh my goodness, you look so different?
Psychoactive
Do you think
drugs.
that something weird is going on here and you buy into the conspiracies around him getting replaced by Hollywood or him being body doubled or something like that? Do you think that everyone's an insane person and the guy very clearly had surgery? Why is everyone being nuts? Do you think this situation is funny?
I
Do you
just
think
don't
that
get
it's
the-
sad? Do you think it's
I don't understand. Well, one thing that really catches me off guard is the changing of the eye color. Like, why did he do that? He might have done it on purpose, or it's a stunt double. That's why I'm more inclined to believe that it's a stunt double, because it's like, why? Unless he did it on purpose.
sort of an
To
odd
fuck with people?
commentary on how we deal with people aging and our judgments around how they go about doing so.
Doesn't age do that to some people? I've never heard of people changing eye color when they're old, like when they're like 50 plus. I've never seen that. It can just be the lighting. He's like blue-eyed and it looked like he was green. I don't know.
And what you generally make of this issue
I don't
overall.
know.
As always, if
Fading?
you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride.
Context?
If
No,
you
I
are new
understand
here
that,
and
but
you're not
why?
subscribed
Why
already
did you
and
do
you'd like to
that?
see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video
Your
a like
eyes
and a
haven't
comment because I
changed?
do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback.
Why would
like
my
I
eyes
always say, my
change?
wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see all of your beautiful little faces in the next video.
Aw, thanks. Why the fuck the poop one? Why? What is this recommendation? We went from Jim Carrey to the poop. Bro, what the hell are these recommendations, man? Click on it. I'm scared. I'm scared. We could watch this. What the fuck is this about?
Ballerina Farm is back.
I don't like clicking on random videos because sometimes I'm like, this is actually pretty boring. This time for raw milk. I don't know, man. I have no idea what the fuck this is. This is some very niche farm video, chat. Yeah. What are you feeding your algorithm? Nothing, bro. Nothing. That's strange.